Hey guys, MCU Collector here with the next video in the Hasbro Marvel Legends series Deadpool Wave 2 Dr. Karl Lykos Sauron Build-A-Figure. So here we have Lady Deadpool. Now this is the 5th figure in the wave. We've already looked at Omega Red, X-Men Deadpool, Deadpool and Chill, Wolverine. We are now on Lady Deadpool. We only have Bishop over there, and then we're gonna build Sauron and do a video there. So really exciting. This figure looks really cool. I really don't know much about Lady Deadpool, so we'll take a look at the bio and then I'll do some research and kind of see who she is and get a little bit of background information, and then also look up some info about HEADPOOL, because I know that's actually a separate character, because I know all of his different body parts that kind of get left around or wherever, because he can grow Deadpool can grow his limbs back. They kind of form together and they make some kind of villain or something, and HEADPOOL is another thing. So I'm gonna have to look that up because I am genuinely interested in that. I know the 12-inch figure came with a HEADPOOL, but I never did any research or looked that up. But anyway, let's get right to it. Deadpool logo there in the front, Lady Deadpool. Deadpool logo up at the top, Dr. Karl Lykos or Marvel Sauron. We have the side artwork on the package looking very good. Not as colorful, but again, because of the typical red and black color scheme that the Deadpool waves have been going in, because his costume is red and black, and Lady Deadpool's is red and black also. So not a whole lot of color, but you do get a little bit of blonde in there for her hair, the yellow, as well as the brown and the patches, silver on her buckle, silver for her katanas. So it does pop a little bit and stand out. Here is a look at the back of the package. You see we have the Lady Deadpool promo image there. We have the rest of the figures in the wave. Now we've already gone through 4 of them. We're on the 5th Lady Deadpool. We'll take a look at the Sauron Build-A-Figure soon. Let's take a look at that bio. Okay, Lady Deadpool's bio reads, also known as Lady D, Wanda Wilson suits up as Lady Deadpool and takes fighting the power to new heights. No, really, look how high her ponytail is. And of course, there it is. Her ponytail is very high. So it's nice of Hasbro to throw in a little bit of humor, since this is the Deadpool wave after all. Of course, right? There is a closer look at the Sauron Build-A-Figure, so very excited to look at that. We've looked at Omega Red, X-Men Deadpool, Deadpool and Chill, Wolverine, Lady Deadpool, and then Bishop is going to be next. Let's take a look at that UPC now. Okay, and there's the UPC to the Lady Deadpool figure. In case you need it, go ahead and pause it and you can get it, write it down, or actually take a screenshot and then you can use that to scan inside a store. Let's get right to it. Let's open this up. Let's take a look at the Lady Deadpool figure and a close look at that HEADPOOL, because that thing actually looks pretty awesome. Let's get to it. Alright guys, here is the Lady Deadpool figure and the HEADPOOL figure out of the package. Now I did some research to find out exactly who these characters really are. One thing I definitely did not know is Lady Deadpool is not even from Earth 616. She's actually from Earth 3010. So she's not in the main Marvel universe, which is why, which would explain it, because I'm thinking, well, how the heck is there a Lady Deadpool, you know, Wanda Wilson, and there's Wade Wilson. So that completely explains it. And then HEADPOOL is actually from a different Marvel universe as well. He is from the zombie universe where everyone is zombies. And the reason why he is a head is because his body was damaged in some kind of battle. So HEADPOOL, I guess, flies around and is hoping to find somebody to decapitate Deadpool so he could take Deadpool's body, because he wants a new body. And yeah, there you go. Sure. But really cool. So anyway, here is the Lady Deadpool figure. Now, it is a great figure. I will caution you, though, when taking her out of the package, please be very careful, because her hair is big and it is very thin where it attaches at her head. Be very careful when taking it out of the package, because when you know how this sits inside the plastic, this, you know, like capes and stuff are on the other side of that plastic, and you want to carefully pull them out so it doesn't scratch. Same with her hair. You want to carefully pull the hair out of the plastic so it doesn't rip off from her head. So please, 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 if you guys are watching this video, you haven't gotten it yet, please be careful when taking her out of the package. I would hate for any of you guys to accidentally pull the hair off of her head or damage the hair in any way. So be careful. And but here she is. One thing that's a little bit odd, she comes with the 2 katanas. There's not a whole lot going to them. It's a gray plastic, not even a metallic silver or anything like that, and then red handles. So not a whole lot of extra effort on Hasbro's part for these katanas. Another problem is she has nowhere to store these things. So they're there, and she's either going to hold on to them or they're going to go missing because no sheaths, nothing. Nowhere to put them. Can't put them anywhere. Nowhere. She's got pouches. Pouches galore. But that's it. Nothing else. But the figure still looks good. The red and black paint on this actually looks pretty good. Not a whole lot of issues. The lines are pretty clean. No fuzziness anywhere. So I'm actually pretty pleased with how the paint apps came out. The same with the paint apps on her head. The silver eyes. And of course, like any Deadpool figure, one eye is larger than the other. So that is going to be her left eye, which is larger. So it's like she's squinting with her right eye. The hair looks good because there is a nice wash in the hair to give it an actual dirty blonde look to it, is instead of just yellowish orange or brownish color plastic. That looks good. The silver in her Deadpool, Lady Deadpool belt buckle comes out very clean and looks good. They used a shiny metallic silver there with a little bit of black in there. The pouches and stuff are just done in a tan plastic. There's no color for the buttons or anything like that. The same with these leg pouches. They are a loose piece, so they will slide up and down. But if you get them up high enough, they will nicely stay in place, and you won't really have to worry about that. The belt does not come off, but it is a floating piece. This shoulder harness here looks like it can clip off. Oh, it actually does not. So they just actually sculpted that kind of extra little flap there. That's interesting that they did that. It's actually a nice little detail that'll go unnoticed and is completely pointless. But I'm glad they did that because it shows that somebody at least pays attention to some of the sculpts. So you know how you would get an extra flap as you tighten a strap. They actually sculpted that on, so that is actually not removable. You would just have to work it around the arms to get that off, and it definitely would be able to. Before we take a close-up look at her and HEADPOOL, let's look at the articulation. Head will look down all the way down without a problem. Head looks all the way up, so that is good. Ooh, careful with that hair. Shoulder goes up that high. Full rotation, no bicep swivel, but there is a swivel at the elbow. The bend is a perfect 90-degree bend, so no additional bend there. Wrist swivel. They hinge. They are both open hands, so she can hold the swords, and they go in nicely. Not super snug, not loose, just right, I would say. Diaphragm joint, so she pivots that much. Pivots to that side that much. Down just a tad bit. Up quite a bit, actually. Legs go out that far apart. There is upper thigh cut on both of them, but mine are very stiff and don't want to turn. But they can turn. Leg goes all the way forward, so great motion there. Good double jointed knee, so good bend there. Foot hinges up. Oop, there goes HEADPOOL. Foot hinges up slightly, down all the way, and you do get ankle pivot. So there's the articulation of the figure. Now let's take a close-up look at the face and head sculpt. Okay, there's a close look, and you can see the silver in her eyes. And that looks very good. I really like the way the head sculpt came out looking. It looks very good. But again, see how thin that hairpiece is? And I actually see like a little bit of extra glue in there. Be very, very careful because see, it wants to kind of move around. And that scares the heck out of me. The hair is actually really soft too. So it's not like the typical hard plastic hair that we see on the female figures. It is very soft, but man, be very, very careful with it. Look, they even sculpted some extra strands there, and you know, and it's actually parted ways. But be very careful. I'm actually very scared that it's going to tear off from the head. So again, be very careful with that. You can see the silver and the belt buckle looks pretty good, and then the pouches just, you know, a flat brown color. No big deal there. One thing I forgot to go over was the Sauron Build-A-Figure piece. The right leg, again, it's just like the left leg. It's all just that flat green color, nothing else to it. So now, before we finish out the video, let's look at HEADPOOL. So the figure does come with this little stand. Kind of reminds me like of the stand that Herbie comes with. I'm trying to think if it's actually the same stand. And it is. Look at that. I actually happen to have my Herbie figure right over there. So it is the same stand that comes with Herbie. So the Deadpool head you can see just like any other headpiece. I wonder if I can actually get that onto a Deadpool figure. I may actually give that a shot. But anyway, he comes with a little stand. You can see the sculpt of this thing is actually really good. I really like it. Of course, one eye is huge. His right eye is huge, where his left eye is down a little bit. You have that nice zombie skin tone in there that looks good. Teeth are all sculpted, scraggly looking, like a zombie would have. Chin strap on there for the head, the metal. The gunmetal bronze helmet there, and then the propeller up top actually does spin, not real fast or anything, so you can't like flick it and get it to spin, but it does spin, so that looks good. But that thing looks pretty good. It's creepy looking, and I think Hasbro did a really good job with that. Oh, there we go. You actually have to just force it down a little bit so he actually stays in place. But look at that. Yeah, I think that looks really good. The sculpt of it is really nice too. All the wrinkles in the mask and everything. The nasty looking skin. So that looks awesome. So real quick before we end the video, let's just see if we can get that onto a figure. So I'll just grab this Deadpool figure here. Just gonna pop that head off. And I don't think that's gonna work. And it sits on there, but doesn't really fit right, and it's a little small. Looks really weird, but it's close. There he is, but there's the Headpool. That is awesome. Alright, if you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. If you guys liked the video, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, I'd like to thank you for watching. Boom. Look at that, close-up shots. They look great.